Go in and you're going to love the audition. They're going to call you back, and there may be a temptation to sort of come back in and duplicate what you did. And that's when it's almost like you need to step in and go, okay, they loved what I did. I need to absolutely throw that performance away. And I need to absolutely remember, what did I do to bring out my best work? We all have our little regiment of what we do before we do our stuff. For me, before I, do an audition, I always say to myself certain little things. Like, for example, I got to remind myself to have fun. Because the pressure is on and I get tense, and it's very easy to slip in to becoming work. So I got to remind myself to have fun doing this, number one. Number two, I have to remind myself to react, because I had a tendency to perform. That was one of my old habits, is to perform just because I was feeling this sort of sense of wanting the job, or feeling insecure, or not feeling like it's going to be good enough, or watching myself. So I always remind myself, react, have a good time. You have to figure out what those things are for you. So it may require you to kind of reflect a little bit on your greatest performances, and not think about the performance itself, but where was I mentally before I did it? It could very well be that I got to remind myself of the stakes involved. I got to remind myself to not be perfect. I got to another one I tell myself is, I got to be courageous and take a chance, and be willing to truly look like an idiot and fail. I have to allow myself to be vulnerable. Another huge thing I tell myself sometimes is, I got to put the responsibility of doing anything onto the casting director. And all I have to do is react to them. And that way I take any sense of doing off of me, and I put it onto them, which is such an alleviation of pressure. Like that feeling that you have now as I'm communicating with you, the ease with which you listen to me and you hear me and you go, huh? Like, there's no awareness of Ray. It's just, observing, listening, processing what I'm saying, seeing you kind of rock on your chair as you're thinking, maybe writing something down. That's all a reacting. And it's the same thing that's happening to me now as I'm talking to you. I have absolutely no idea what I look like or how I sound. I just see you, and I have a passion to help you learn this lesson. So you're a really good actor. You really are. It's just, even really good actors slip. And, it's not that you did bad. You didn't do bad. It's just, I know what you're capable of. So, I think for you, it's we know that you can do great work. I've seen you do great work. I think for you it's not like, sometimes, like for me, like I had a habit of, like, my first take being my best on a show or a spot that I would do. Like, the first take would be the best. So the habit I was trying to break was, I was trying to see if I could do great work consistently on every take. So maybe that's what you need to be looking at as the challenge. It's not about nailing it down once. It's, can I do it great week after week? Can I bring out great work and challenge myself week after week? And that might be, sort of the test for you is, can I come through repeatedly? Mm-hmm. This is what they say all the time in sports. It's that sort of consistent behavior, the repeat. It's like everybody can work out, hard once, but can you do it when you really don't feel like it? Can you do it when you feel crappy and you don't want to do it?
Right.
To me, when I don't feel like rehearsing a scene, to me, I had to turn the tables on that and use it as an opportunity to train myself to tolerate pain. Because the pain was, I don't feel like doing it. I feel like I'm lazy. I just want to sleep, or I just want to watch TV, or I just want to just relax. And learning how to come through when you don't feel like it is a huge part of mastering this craft. Because look at somebody like Stephen Colbert, who has 5 shows a week. He has a life. He has things, worries, issues. I'm sure, he has kids, he has a wife, and night after night after night after night, he makes you laugh so that when the camera's on, he turns it off and he does his thing. And then when it's over, he's done. Coming through under any condition is part of mastering the craft. The way I look at it is almost like a shark's fin kind of going through the ocean, getting hit with all these waves. Yet you keep moving forward no matter what you're hit with.
Rehearsing or working when you don't feel like it is like the difference between a professional and an amateur.
I would totally agree with you. So when you don't feel like doing it, that is absolutely when you should do it.
Right.
This is why I encourage people when they're rehearsing their lines at home or scenes at home, why I encourage them to do it in an uncomfortable environment.
Right.
Why I encourage people to open their doors so people can hear them and it's annoying to you. Why I ask people to turn their TV on very quietly, enough that it bothers you when you rehearse your lines.
Right.
Tolerate the distraction.
Right.
Because you have to, it's almost like taking a thumbtack and sticking it in your arm and now saying action and you can't take the thumbtack out. Eventually you forget it's there.